second graders, here we are again. I know this is a little crazy how we have to do this these days, but we're going to work through this together and do the best we can. Today's worksheet for our math lesson is page 279 and 280. Remember, if you can go ahead, you don't have to watch this whole video. Maybe you're just stuck on one of the problems. I'm going to do a few samples from each, or one or two maybe, just to kind of refresh your memory and help you out. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get my pencil. Get your pencil and your paper in front of you. The first one says, write the between numbers by fives. So that means we are counting by fives. The first one is, or you're adding 5 to the number. So the first one is 35. That one should be relatively easy for you, because you know when you count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up, you get to 30, 35, and then what comes next would be 40. So that's the in-between number counting by fives. All right? Now if you look at this one's a little trickier because it's 131. All right? And you're counting by fives. That means you would have to add 5 to this number. Okay? So if you add 5 to 31, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 136, that's actually counting by fives. And if you want to check it, you would add 5 to this number and see if you get that number. So let's try it. 136, 137, 138, 139, 140, 141. 141 is 5 more than 136. So then you know you have the right answer. This one should be a little easier, a little harder here, adding 5, easy. And this one should be pretty easy for you too. All right, we're going to be doing our dots here. You remember the dot cards, okay? When you're adding, you're going to put the red number here, the blue number here, and the total, and then you just flip them. When you do the subtraction, you add all these, and that big number goes here. You put one of the numbers here and the third number. So the numbers we're going to be dealing with here, that helps sometimes to do that first. You should count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is one of the numbers we're dealing with. The other one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's the other number. And then the total on both cards is 9 plus 8, which is 17. Now it should be easy to fill in those numbers. You know it would be 9 plus 8 is 17. Then you flip the numbers. 8 plus 9 is 17. Easy peasy. Remember this? We do these every day. Then on the subtraction, the hardest part is to remember that the big number has to go in front when you're doing the subtraction. So then we have our 17 minus 8 is 9. 17 minus 9 is 8. You guys are real good at this, so I'm sure you won't have trouble. Okay, you're going to do the same thing on this one. Now on this one, it says write the sums and the differences. That gives you a hint that you're adding and subtracting. Okay, so you might need to carry, like right here you're going to need to carry. Here you're going to need to borrow. All right, then you're going to do these. You will need to do some carrying, and here is a tough one with the borrowing because you have all zeros here. So let me go ahead and do a couple of them for you. All right, so let's do this one first. Okay, 7 plus 6 is, see if you can give you a minute to think about it. All right. Okay, if you guessed 13, you're right. You bring your 1 up. 5 plus 4 plus 1. Okay, Hopefully you got 10. Bring your 1 up. 8 plus 6 plus 1. Okay, 15. And 2 plus 1 is 3. And then don't forget to put, for your 1,000, 3,000, you got to remember to put that comma there. Okay, let's go ahead and work on this one because this one's a little tougher. Okay, so we know we're going to need to borrow here. Okay, so first, this is going to have to be a 10, but remember we can't borrow here, we can't borrow here, we can't borrow here. So we need to, or we're going to borrow from the 7. We're going to make that a 6. This becomes a 10. But this guy needs to borrow. So now it's a 9, and this is a 10. But this one had to borrow, so it's a 9. 10 minus 6. 4. 9 minus 1. 8. 9 minus 1. 8. And 6 minus 2 is 4. And then we don't forget our thousands, right? Way to check it is to go backwards. 6 plus 4 is 10. You'd bring it up. 8, 9, 10. You'd bring it up. 8, 9, 10. You'd bring it up. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we know we got the right answer. Okay, you remember this before we went on break. Okay, if you have any problems with that, I want you to just shoot me a text message and I can help you. You know, we could even do a one-on-one. All right, so let me know if you have any issues with that. Okay, the next thing says color the numbers that are rounded to the tens place green and color the other numbers black. Well, we already talked about rounding to the tens. If you round a number to the tens, then what will the number be in the ones place? Do you remember? It's always going to be a 0. So basically, you can go through all these, and if it has a 0 in the ones digit, you know that it's rounded and it's going to be green. So for example, if I start here, no, that's not a 0, not a 0, not a 0. I'm going to keep going along until I find a digit in the ones place that's 0. Oh, there's one right there. See the 0 in the ones place? That number's rounded. Okay, so that would be green. There's another green. Another green. See the zeros? Okay, so all those are green. I would go through and circle all the ones with a digit in the zeros. And you can color them green, and all the others you can do brown. And then you're going to get a picture here. Okie dokie. Okay, let's go ahead and turn our page to the back. Rounding to the nearest 10. It gives you some instruction here. If you follow these little tips up at the top will help you out. So it says the numbers 11 and 19 are between 10 and 20. Okay? The numbers 11 to 19 are between 10 and 20. The numbers to 11 to 14 are closer to 10. And they round back to 10. Remember I told you the weak numbers, 4, 3, 2, and 1? Those would all go this way. Okay? 5 or more, let it score. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those would round up to 20. They're closer to 20 and they round up. So if you have a digit in the ones place that's a 5 or more, it's going to round up. Okay. So now it says color the numbers pink that round to 30. Color the numbers blue that round to 40. Okay? So we're trying to find numbers whether they round 30 or to 40. Now you know it's 5 or more, let it score. So if you have a digit that is a 5 or more in the ones place, it's going to be rounding to the 40. Okay? If it is 4 or less, the weak numbers, it's going to be rounding to the 30. So all the numbers in here that have a digit that's weak in the ones place like these, okay, those would round to 30 and you would color them pink. Okay, all the ones that have a stronger number like the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, those would be blue. Now I encourage you to go back and watch the video on estimating and rounding from last week if you're confused about weak numbers and strong numbers. That might help you with this if you're having any problems. All right, the next thing is write the two tens each number is between. Circle the number it rounds to, okay? So 27 is between what two tens? So if you're counting by tens on a number line, where would the 27 fall? Okay? It would fall in between 20 and 30. Okay, 27 is between 20 and 30 on a number line. Those are the two tens. Now it says circle the number it rounds to. Well, 7 is a strong number. Remember 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. 5 or more, let it score. So that's going to round to the 30. Okay, down here, mark the circle under the correct rounded number. We know that 17 has a 7 in the ones place, so it's a strong number. So that would be rounding up, okay? That would be a 0, and then you would change this to 2, so we know that would be 20. See if you can figure out this one. Take a look at this 7 with the 3 changed to a 4, making it 40, or is this a weak number, making it go to the 30? Okay, the next one says, Noah has a box of 16 colored pencils to use on his ride home. 7 pencils have sharp points. How many need to be sharpened? Or another way of saying that is how many more need to be sharpened. When I say how many more, what do those words tell you? Am I adding or subtracting? You guessed it. We're subtracting, so we got to take the bigger number, 16 minus 7. And then you go ahead and answer it. It says label. It even gives you the label right there. Label just means you're going to write in there what the red letters are, pencils. Okay, hope that helped. Any questions, make sure to let me know. And I'll see you all tomorrow for the new math sheet. All right, guys.